What is up? It's your boy. First, yes, Gil, you are first. What's happening? And yes, welcome to another live stream on Tuesday. Normally go live Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, wherever else you're at in the world. This is the Melanated Council. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? So, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. As of right now, I am working on trying to get my camera working. But you know what? It's all good because the USB portion on my webcam it's not broken. Well, it's not broken, but it probably got stepped on and whatnot. So I'm trying to fix it as I'm talking to you guys. And yes, happy Valentine's Day. Okay, boom. And so let's see. Excuse me. Hold on. I know I am getting everything squared away. Yes, happy Valentine's Day, Gil. What did you do for Valentine's Day, man? And for anybody else who is here, and no, I don't want Twitch virtual camera. I want that one. And then I'm good with that. Let's turn it on anyways. Because that's what we want. And bam.
Jeremiah, seriously, stop. I'm really about to pay for y'all stuff. Jeremiah, I'm gonna throw up.
There we go. We're getting there.
Don't.
No. We can cut like just one bread.
There we go. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. I'm here. I am here. It's good to be. It's another good Tuesday to be here, and we are going to rock out. So, as usual.
Something going on at 24.
There we go. There I go.
I don't participate in half the things.
Let's see. Well, pretty much stay home for the most part. Of course, the missus she works. I know I got her B-Dub, her favorite wings are the garlic parmesan. So I got her garlic parmesan and French fries. And then my oldest got her some hold on y'all. She's trying to creep in. But she's we'll put that up there because Gil, yes, you were first. So boom. And so got her some garlic parmesan chicken wings, and some French fries from B Dubs. And even as she said that she didn't want a whole lot, but that was the one thing she wanted for Valentine's Day. I said, bet, I got you. So I did that for her and everything else. But other than that, I'm good. I am good. The weather is been kicking my butt here in Michigan. Oh my gosh. It's like it's still wintertime, but it feels like an early spring. And I call it a fall spring because I'm waiting for the rain to stop and actually the snow to start pouring back in. And my body is so super sensitive to the point where it gets affected by it easy. So if it sounds like I'm having like an allergy attack. Yes, yes, it is. But I'm good though. I am good. Boom. And so hopefully I can get through the stream.
Oh no, that's what I'm doing.
Hope I can get through the stream in a decent fashion. I might have to turn off the mic. Well, not the mic. I may have to turn off my camera just a little bit, you know. But other than that, yeah, I'm good. I am good. I'm happy to be here. I know last week Tuesday was a hot mess. Holy crap, it was a hot mess. But um, the one thing I want to keep you guys in mind and let you guys know, and you guys already know this too as well. But make sure you take care of your mental health. That's important. Mental health is important, very much important. And fellas, come on, fellas. Yeah, I will. I will. I definitely will. Because I know probably right after we get done streaming tonight's session, I'll probably go straight to bed. I think I got some. Yeah, I got some medicine. I got some medicine. I got some tea. I might with whoever shows up first, whether it be Elle or Toby, whoever shows up first, I let them go through the reins, and then I'll get some. I'll make me some tea and drink that down throughout the stream, so that way I get that in my system and be ready to go tomorrow. So, boom, that's the game plan. That is definitely the game plan. So, I'm gonna turn off my mic. Not my mic. I'm gonna turn off my camera. Crap, I cannot talk today. Turning off my camera for just a hot second. And yeah. Oh man, the last 2 weeks, sheesh. Because I know we haven't been on since last week, Tuesday. These last past few weeks have been going by like crazy. It's been crazy for the last past 2 weeks. You know, I know that I might have to. Hold on. Oh my goodness. What's up, Gil? Man, yes. Yes. But then again, man, I've been seeing you doing your thing too. I've been seeing you doing your thing too. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing the notifications. I know I gotta sit down and don't get this the wrong way, but I'm gonna have to put on one of your videos and just let it go on autoplay just so I can get caught up with all the stuff that you're doing. If you guys haven't followed Gil, you guys make sure to follow Gil on YouTube. I know at one point in time you were close to hitting that what was that, 400 subscribers, 500 subscribers. Man, no, you are good. Do not apologize. Please do not apologize. You are good. I love the notifications. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them because I look at it like this: if I don't get a notification from you that about something, either one or two things has happened. Either one, you're busy, and that's okay, or two, something wrong. And especially if it's like some days that you don't say nothing, yeah, I'm more than likely gonna check in on you. Oh, awesome. Congrats. Definitely congrats. Big congrats. Congratulations. You keep up the good work, man. You're doing awesome work. You're doing amazing work. Awesome and amazing work. So keep it up. Let's see. Shoot. What all did I do? Because this past weekend went by like a blur. I think this past weekend I just stayed home and chilled for once. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Oh no, that's what happened. No, that was Monday. Yeah, that was Monday. So this past Monday, of course, the kids didn't have school, and so my grandmother she came down and with her coming down, we had me, the missus, the kids, my mom, and my grandma. We went up to Applebee's and it just had lunch. It was good to see my grandma. It was really good to see her, even though I talked to her on the phone, but still, just to see her in person, it was still good. So it was like awesome. Monday, I think I did a. I no Monday. I did a bunch of ripping and running around Monday. Yep, I did a bunch ripping and running around on Monday. I think on Saturday too. I was doing a lot of ripping and running around too as well. And so yeah, today was pretty much like a chill rest up day. Um, I'm not looking forward to going to work tomorrow, but I know I have to. Just I got the notification that two of my helpers are no longer going to be there, so that threw a whole monkey wrench in a lot of stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's going to be sticky. It's going to be very very sticky. So, ow. So we'll see. We'll see. And then I got to set up a doctor's appointment uh, just because it's time is needed. Then I may have to set up a chiropractor appointment. Yeah, yeah. And even then, like the position that I have, it has a very big turnover rate. And even then, of course, we only work like a few hours out the day, which it's okay. But because of the fact that um, none of the people want to work, that's one thing. And once they get in, because of the responsibilities, well, not exact. I don't necessarily have to do more work per se. It's just more so of the setting up. It's going to be more work as far as setting up goes. But even then, I did it last year anyway. So it's like I pretty much move at a very fast pace. I know where each table is supposed to go, I know where this is supposed to go, and that's supposed to go. So in order for me to set up, I may have to show up a little bit earlier than normal, which is okay. I'm totally fine with that. But at the same time, because it normally takes it takes at least three of us to get that lunchroom ready to go for the first lunch. you know, it does help. Excuse me. It does help to have that extra body. It does help to have that extra body, or even extra two bodies. So yeah, it does. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. You are absolutely correct. Excuse me. Yep. Yep. Oh my gosh. All right. So with the new year, and especially with the change in weather, this is the normal time I normally get sick. So it's expected. Oh, it's expected. It is definitely expected. But even if I could barely talk and I could barely breathe, I don't care because I'm gonna get through the stream one way or another. So
Um, hey, um, yeah, I think Ron. Well, Ron is he's coming back. He must have like some connection issues. Uh, but yeah, as always, thank you all so much for being here. Hey, Gil. Yeah, no, sounds like he's a little sick. Heard him sneezing. Hey. Oh man. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Um, I'm sure Ron already did the intros, but it's so I feel like it'd be like a little bit redundant if I was like, "Hey, we're just in case for anybody, we're the Melanated Council. If you just joined, I literally just joined too." um, as always, if you weren't here earlier, we stream Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and any time in between and on the outside. So, so yeah. No, I'm actually like messaging Ron. He says he loves it here, sarcastically, of course, regarding the internet. Um, but yeah, I guess I could start where he left off. I'll pretend to introduce myself. He would probably say something like how I am great at Super Smash Brothers and I'm very funny. And I did just launch a new episode of my podcast, the Agreeable Gray Area Podcast. Um, yeah, so if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Um, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. My mental health is doing pretty well actually. It's doing really well. I've been, like taking care of it better, doing more things, like hanging out with people. So it's been good. Like I had a great weekend. Um, Saturday, I went to Miami actually. I went to a restaurant called Red Rooster, which is a really awesome black-owned restaurant. Seems like it was a black-owned soul food restaurant because like they had like this really awesome like you know like soul food, but just like just 10 times better. I think Red Rooster was actually like if you ever seen the show Rap Shit on HBO, it was created and produced by Issa Rae, the same person who created Insecure. And I think there was an episode where like they shot in Red Rooster because the first season takes place in Miami itself. And they also shot in Club 11, which is actually right next to Red Rooster. So, yeah. I didn't go like I knew about Red Rooster before the TV show, but yeah, it was fantastic. I saw my friend from college who I haven't seen in like a long time, like probably like 10 years or so, like a very long time. It was kind of crazy. We've been like connecting on social media, so it was kind of interesting because like you feel closer than you actually are. Like we had a great time. I'm not saying like it was like we had a fantastic time. Like I met her boyfriend and like he's really cool and everything. But it was just like it didn't seem like that much time had passed. Like it was kind of like mind blowing. But like when I was driving to Miami, I was like, wait a second, when was the last time I even seen her? Was it college? No way. No way. No way. Yeah, it was college. But yeah, no. But like, she's doing awesome. Like it was just so good to see her. She hasn't changed at all. Um and Sunday, was of course the Super Bowl. Didn't like the final score. I was rooting for the Eagles. But like my friend had this is low key. I guess so. I mean, I might do an episode of seeing people after not seeing them for so I don't know. But but thank you for saying it was a good episode because I was having a hard time, creating it. But I'm glad it turned out well. like I actually released the episode right before going to the Super Bowl party that my friend was having, because I was like, I don't want to hold on to this anymore. Like, go into the internet, go away, get away from me. And sometimes that's kind of like what you need to do with projects. It's like, however it comes out, you just gotta. It's like it is what it is. Also, I will make an effort to watch a Super Bowl. Are you a football person? Are you a sports person, Gil? But yeah, no, it was it was really fun. It was a really awesome weekend. So yeah, I've been doing well. I've been doing well. And how's everyone? Like how was your weekends? How was your mental health? How's everyone doing? I'm sure Ron mentioned what tonight's episode's going to be. We're going to be talking about like organization and just trying to how to get things in order. Oh, okay. So you'd rather play than watch. I feel you. Like I was surprised by how much I was actually getting into the game, but I guess because I mean, I'm not into sports really at all, but I think the reason why I like the Eagles is because like they're in Philly and Philly's like a place I've been considering like moving to. So I was like, I had like a little bit of investment. And also I think they beat the Patriots one year, like a couple years ago. And I don't know, I was just tired of the Patriots and Tom Brady. I guess it was like I guess it was just like the BS of after the games where, Tom Brady would talk to the press and be like, "Oh, I just want to go home and sip some Bud Light." It's like, "No, you don't. Nobody drinks Bud Light." I don't know why Bud Light is like this big. Yeah, of course it's promotion, but it's not a good beer at all. Like if you're a grown adult and you have like money or you have friends, like y'all can just pitch in to buy like a better beer. Like anything is better than like they're just promoting like Bud Light and Coors Light and Miller Light. Oh, you've been going to the new EOS. How do you like that gym? The EOS fitness gym. I've been seeing those. Yeah, like it's insane. That's how marketing and promotion works. Like it's just so weird. It's so weird. Like you shouldn't be older than 22 drinking Bud Light. Like if you're still drinking Bud Light, you're just a sad, sad soul. I remember in college when somebody would have like a keg and it was Bud Light, I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, this is great," because at least it wasn't Natty Light. Natty Light tasted like foot. Natty Light tasted like foot. Bud Light actually tasted like something that you can consume, and Yingling was like the upper echelon of beer in college, at least for me. They have a movie theater? Is it like what do you do with the movie? Like after you work out, you like go watch a movie, or is it like a big huge screen and then like they have like fitness videos or trainers on there or something? Or is that a joke? Pretty sure it's a joke, but if it really does have a movie theater, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know who has. Like, you would have to be so clueless. Like if somebody invited you to like their Super Bowl party, it's like, "Hey, can you just bring something to drink?" And then like these are like new friends because you're like new in town or something, and you bring a fucking Bud Light. Like you bring like a 6-pack of Bud Light. you're not going to be friends with that group of people anymore. Unless everybody there is just turned 21. Like I don't know, like Bud Light, like you have to be you have to be like going through it. Like you'd have to be like on like dire straits to buy Bud Light on purpose. They have a movie theater that plays actual movies. Huh. That is interesting. That is so interesting. Okay, so the gym is a 9 out of 10 because you're not sexy yet. Once your bod gets tight, it'll be a 10. That's hilarious. So I'm giving this gym 4 out of 5 stars because I'm not sexy yet. I can imagine. I can imagine those reviews. I cannot believe this. But yeah, no, but good on you for going to a gym though. No, that's what's up. Cause it's not easy. But that's what's up. That's what's up. Like that's. May I ask how much that gym costs? Let me look it up. I only know of one location. Membership. Ah. Welcome back.
I'm pause, stop, rewind, stop, play. It's good to be back.
I mean,
Gil,
if they're harvesting it for good, then I don't see. $10 for a
is
basic
that Planet
plan?
Fitness?
No, this is EOS Fitness. I don't know how to
Really?
pronounce it. Like the O has the line over it. So I don't know if it's like EOS. You. But I mean, that's
Hmm.
kind of obnoxious. But then again, maybe that's that person, the founder's like middle, like last name or something. About EOS, tell me about this.
Mm-mm. But no, the pricing reminds me a lot like Planet Fitness.
Yeah, yeah, true. Like Planet Fitness or YouFit. I think Planet Fitness, like the black plan, is $25. I'll send videos to Discord. It's 24
Mm-hmm.
hours, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh?
and again, that's why I thought that's why that my initial thought was, oh, it's Planet Fitness because Planet Fitness is 24 hours too as well.
No, this is. I didn't know those were 24 hours. Wow. Okay, cool. Oh, I definitely want to see this. I want to see what the memberships are.
Mm-hmm.
I know you just said that. I just want to like see. Okay. No, that's what's
Uh
up. They look
oh.
nice. Amenities.
Mm. That's what I like. The little workout machines.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. They do have like a cinema. Oh, that's cool. So they have treadmills and bicycles and like cardio stuff in front of the movie.
Rip.
In front of the
Wow.
movie
Okay.
screen.
Game
That's
changer.
smart. I like that. I like
That's
that a
game
lot.
changer.
Oh man, I could imagine. They're probably all nice and new. Ooh, and they have a pool. Okay. Planet Fitness doesn't have a pool.
Mm-mm.
Maybe some of them do, but ooh, a
I don't
sauna.
know. I know the ones that I've been to, they don't have one,
Yeah, no, I've
but
never
they do
seen.
got. Go ahead. Oh man.
I had no idea that there were 24 hours. Let me.
I think Elle might cheat on her gym with another one.
Mm-mm. No, my gym is like just way too cheap for me to leave. It's just way too like it has like everything that I need. There's like a couple of things that I wish it had, but I don't
Hmm.
know. But also I have LA Fitness. I always forget because I get like a slight discount from like this little like special thing from my job. So yeah.
Oh, look at you, Gil.
Oh,
Look at you.
happy Valentine's Day. I don't
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw my recent tweet, but I saw that there was like somebody put a rose on my windshield, and I don't I
Mm.
I don't know who. I thought it was like the guy that I've been dating, but he came over last night and he gave me like a bouquet of flowers and some wine. So I thought like, huh, maybe he
Mm.
left like a flower on the windshield when he left, and I just didn't notice. But like there was like lawn people today and like, with like the leaf blowers. So it's like they would have blown off most
Mm.
likely. And just from wind and everything because it's been like kind of chilly. But I don't know. My guess is that it was probably from my neighbor because like sadly enough, like her husband died like a month ago. Um,
Mm.
so have a black. Let me know when you want to check. Oh, for sure, yeah, I'll definitely hit you up. So I was one like I was probably I'm thinking that maybe like her family probably got her flowers and stuff for Valentine's Day, and, so she may have just like
Mm.
given me a flower or something. Like that's my only explanation.
That'd be
Cause
nice.
yeah, because I'm like I felt like my Ring doorbell would have picked it up. So she's on the side where like
Mm.
my Ring doorbell probably wouldn't have picked it up. I don't know, but then again,
Mm.
I don't know. Oddly enough, this isn't even the first time somebody's left flowers for me.
Excuse me.
That's you.
Oh goodness.
Allergies?
Thank you. Yeah, Michigan right now is it's pretending that it's springtime, even though we're still smack dab in the middle of winter.
Mm-hmm.
And my body is super sensitive to the adjustment of temperatures and whatnot.
Mm.
And so I go through this twice a year. I go through this twice a year. Normally it's right about this time. Everything starts acting up, and then towards the tail end of the year, everything starts acting up, and I hate it. So I got some tea.
Okay, that's what's up.
I got some tea. I think I'll be all right. I got some allergy pills somewhere. So once the stream is done and over with, I'll pop those and then I'm gonna call it a night.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. But,
Definitely gonna
uh,
call it a night.
um. Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, Ron, but I think it's time for us to introduce the last person of our trio.
Yes. Oh man. Oh my goodness. And even then, this person, I like the name. I like the name. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. T or no? It's the the second option. You know, second option. I ain't got the T virus. I'm good. No, but oh boy. So you want me to introduce him? You want to do it?
Sure. This man, fortunately, today is his holiday. He gave Cupid his bow and arrows. If you didn't know, if you follow, Greek mythology, you would have saw that. Um, he is, of course, just a wonderful, fantastic human being. We all know him. We all love him. I love him just a little bit less. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ron just had to leave. He's gonna blame it on internet issues, but of course, I don't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Toby very much. He knows that. If he doesn't, now he does. And without further ado, we'll bring on the one and only Valen Toby.
Yes. Ah, I love what you did there. Oh my gosh, I have to totally use that. The one and only Valen Toby. Thank you. I appreciate the intro. It's good to see everyone. Both, obviously you guys co-host, but in the chat as well. As you all know, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Since we've been on. But Discord's always popping, and the presence is never too far out. So it's like we always have you guys in our pocket, like, or we're in your pockets or whatever. However it works. Sorry, just coming so late today. Unlike last week where I had plans that ran up to the time. Well, and obviously we all decided to take the day anyway. But last week I really was like about to be absurdly late because I guess it was a date. It was a date for sure. I was on a date. And it was kind of like the first meetup of someone who I knew as a mutual friend through another friend. But like, it was the first date, even though like I don't even date like really formally. So like, and I never like formally was like, hey, you wanna go? It was a going out. It was definitely a date, but like, it's weird to like say those words because I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing, wasn't it? It was great though. Like, good. Been in touch with the person. It was great. Not saying anything bad about the date. It's just weird to like just formalize that. Like, oh my gosh, a date. I went on one of those.
I know.
So it was great. It was a good time. This week was not a date. It was Valentine's Day, and the only thing I spent quality of time with was my work computer. So, hey, what's up? Oh, did you just come on right now?
Yeah.
I can't see any of the old messages before Gills. With 5 W's. Oof, crap. We're not doing that. Okay. If the hiccups continue, I'm gonna have to take a pause.
Hiccups. I thought it was just like a burp. It's like, no, we are not burping today. I was like, okay.
That's a real hiccup. It just happened again. But it's okay. Breathing exercises typically will do the trick.
Yeah, yes, they should. As they should. Oh my goodness. So, Toby, what you sipping on?
Sorry, I just needed to breathe enough so the hiccups would actually go away because I did not want to be stuck on hiccups. No, thing that I'm sipping on, I guess. I have red wine. That I actually do have out, like it's unopened, but I have had it as like a possible thing I can drink. But I just never like I carried it with
Mhm.
me sometimes when I would go to events or hang out. And I just never used it. So that's actually a good. I should grab. I think it's Carlo Rossi. Some type of
Ooh,
brand.
okay, okay.
I had a bunch of Carlo Rossi's that I got as recommendations for one friend of mine who like she says she really likes it. So I stocked up on it a bunch like sometime last year. It had to have been early. Like
Mhm.
pretty much all the wine I went binge buying early last year. I still have. So I need to buy. I drink all of it before. Maybe not me. I need to share and have it get all drank, all drunk. Grammar. I have. It all needs to be drank before I leave in a few months. Um, but yes.
Mhm.
Today I wasn't thinking much about wine. I was thinking about how quality of time and in love I am with my job. Um, Not
Mhm.
really, but actually today was a great day because of how productive it was, and I had a good actual literal quality working session with my coworker. Like the two of us are basically working on this thing, and we met in person because last week we were like, hey, why don't we meet in person? I think he suggested. I kind of mentioned that I do well with like these kind of like I like the kind of in person collaboration that I missed before COVID. He was like, well, I don't live that far from the campus. Why don't we do something next week? Earlier today, or even last night, I was low key regretting, and I was like, oh crap, we have to meet in person. But I'm very, very glad. Like this is the push I need. I think like same thing with morning meetings. Like I don't do great with like really like early morning meetings, but when you get your butt together, get your life together, it helps. So even though I kind of sarcastically say quality time with my job, it actually was really good. But unfortunately, I did not treat myself to tacos like I wanted to do. I posted a meme. I didn't post
Mhm.
it. I'll post it in the group in the Discord meme um, channel, but it was like when you realize that Valentine's Day falls on a Tuesday, and it's literally like a bunch of tacos arranged in a heart shape. Um, so I saw that weeks ago. I was like, oh, I have to definitely spend Valentine's Day doing Taco Tuesday. There's a place that's like 10 to 30, it's like 13 minutes away. It's in my town, but it's in like the other direction. So it does, it's not terribly far. It's just annoying because I'm like, why am I driving like 15 minutes in the same town? It's like it's not even a big town. So um, I've been there for different discounts. Like they'll do half price burgers Wednesday, they'll do like half price wings Monday, and they do half price tacos on Tuesday. But I've always never been able to make it because I never really had my life together enough to go there and come back in time for the stream. And also, I only found these discounts in the last like few, like maybe the last month. So I was like, I'm gonna go to
Mhm.
this place, gonna get those tacos today. I'm gonna have a great time. I posted on my Snap, and there was one person who actually was like, "Wow," she was like, "No invite," and I was like, "I mean, if you want to come join me," but I did stress that I was like, emphasize like, "Hey, listen, I do have an appointment at 9, so I'm not gonna necessarily be free." And this person doesn't live close; they live in they live elsewhere. Let's just say that New Hampshire, and it was
Mhm.
further. Like it was not that far in the border of New Hampshire, Manchester, for those who are familiar with the area, but it's still like 45 minutes from, maybe 35 minutes from me, and with traffic, it could be easily 40 plus. So I was like, there's no way I could drive all the way up there to find a taco spot and come back here in time. And then they also have work and just other stuff, so we kind of had to rain check on it. And then I just ended up not doing it for myself because I was like, you
Mhm.
know what, I'm on a rule for work. Maybe I'll like do pickup for the tacos, and I just didn't have time, um, because it was already 8 something. So, um, I do because I enjoy like I guess it's kind of related ish. It's related to Valentine's Day. Screw it. So I'll share it. But like I wanted to do more like self care type stuff, you know, or like
Mhm.
not even just self care,
Mhm.
but treat yourself. Go out to a nice. It doesn't have to be like a romantic type of dinner for one, but it could just be like a
Right.
good deal.
Right.
Good like what's a place that is not horrifically overcharged for Valentine's Day, but like you find a good deal, take it. Valentine's Day was on Monday last year.
Mhm.
Shoot, and so maybe you can get a good deal for Monday, like wings or something. or whatever. So the point is like I wanted to kind of make it a personal day, but work was work. But I was happy with the result, so I will probably practice that next week Tuesday, and get some good tacos. I'm gonna take tomorrow
Oh,
and do what I need to do for myself, and just
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just trying to like it was a good day, and I had a good conversation
mhm.
with someone as I was driving home, someone who I hadn't really been in touch with as much, but we started becoming closer friends. Like we really didn't know each other. We met years ago, but I kind of just hit her up end of last year, and then like we're chatting, and like we hadn't really talked much this year since like around New Year's, since I came back to Boston. But like yeah, but we text here and there, and I called, and then she picked up, and we had a really good conversation for just like the 15 minutes I was in the car going home, and I was like, sorry to cut you, but I got an appointment. But that was cool. So I think I'm gonna make an effort to keep more in touch with her, because she is someone who like has really interesting insights, and like I feel like similar places in life and certain things, certain similarities with
Mhm.
background. So I think like that gave me like a shot in the arm to like reconnect more with people who like truly have been like an asset, and like you know, a good like connection. So um honestly, there's been a lot of like reconnecting with people, some who I haven't seen in months or even talked to consistently, that I've been able to reconnect with since the weekend or since last week. So, and I think that's outside of the romance and stuff, it's nice to have those connections where you do feel full from being with certain people. You
Mhm.
feel like some kind of filled, you know.
For
So,
sure, for sure. It's crazy how people
Agreed.
can really like fill you and other people can really drain you.
oh man, don't even mention it.
I know. Whatever.
No, but like it's a valid
No, I
point.
felt that one.
Very valid point.
Yes. Oh, L,
hmm
you there?
Oh wow, dang! Ron had to
Wow.
take it to the multi, had to jump into the multiverse, into another dimension to fight some shadow demons or whatever. But he'll be back. Um,
Yeah. No, that was now I'm like left in suspense.
no,
Ron could have literally wanted to say anything, you know. He probably wanted like some of my chocolate. But it is Valentine's Day.
that's true.
Mhm. Also, I'm drinking wine. I haven't drank on stream in a very long time. I
Mm.
haven't really been drinking much anyway. So, yeah, I might start getting buzzed and say some weird things. I don't know.
Listen,
Mm. So, what did you
I'm
want to
here
say?
for it.
Okay. So, what do you want to say, Ron?
No, I was saying, I was wanting to know, like, okay, because I thought I saw your wine glass. I wasn't too sure, like, what were you drinking on, like specifically.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
was it?
It's a white wine. It's a Sauvignon Blanc
hey,
by a great company, a great
Mm,
winery, fantastic winery, Duckhorn. Duckhorn is known for like their I think it's their Merlot, their Duckhorn Merlot. Like their bottles can be like quite like not like very expensive, but like pretty expensive. Probably like I don't know, like $30 to $50 for the Merlot. That's kind of like what they're most known for. Actually, like one of my
mm-hmm.
good friends got me the Sauvignon Blanc. And I like it. It's like a tiny one. And she gave it to me on Halloween weekend when I had my Halloween party. And it's just my first time
Nice,
opening it. Yeah. It's really good. I should have put it in the
nice.
fridge though. That's my fault. I should have known better.
Well, it's all good. It is all good. Mm. And Rocky, yeah, I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Feel like I get my butt kicked, but I'm definitely working on it. I'm working on it. I gotta find the two snipers out there that's laying low, so I gotta take them out. But yeah, they're gonna get it. Liz,
Hey,
what's happening?
Hey,
been a
hey,
while.
come on.
Yeah, hope you've been doing well too. Hmm.
Mm,
A peanut butter whiskey. That would sound.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that sounds way too like harsh.
Yeah, I've had. So wait, who? Oh yeah, Screwball. Yes, I had Screwball back in maybe 2021. Um, I'm trying to remember if that's when I tried it. There was a point where I've been hanging onto it, and I just hadn't drank it in a while, or maybe even in 2020 I got it. But I tried it like I tried one or two other. There's one that had like a picture of a nut on it. I think Screwball's the most famous one. Then there was another one that had like there's one that had like a ram or like a ram, and I forget that one. Um, so there was like a few different ones, right? Um, it is intense. Like it's really just too sweet. Like the peanut butter in itself isn't the problem in my view. It's just way too sweet. Like um,
Mm,
yeah, it's just a lot. So like I was like, dang. Like even like there's an apple cider whiskey that I liked a lot, but like that one I also realized, oh, this is kind of too sweet too. Same thing with like some of those Tennessee honeys. Like I regular whiskey, cool. But some of those Tennessee honeys, way too much. Um, yeah, but I do like the apple cider
I
whiskey,
hear you.
even though it is too sweet. I still enjoy, like I still appreciate the apple cider nature of it. Um, like Screwball, like I could deal with it. Like I could do it, and I could be like, you know what, screw it. No pun intended. Like screw it, I'll take it. Like, but you have to kind of be in the mood and like know
Hmm.
what you're about to get.
Yeah,
Otherwise you'd be like horrifically shocked.
yeah, yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Because not all whiskeys were created equal, nor
Yeah.
were they created the same. And even then, when you start getting into like the fruity flavored variations of whiskeys, this one is kind of like, I think I'm going to pass,
Mm.
or I'm gonna just try to say I tried it, but other than that, nah, nah. I think the one brand of whiskey that did their flavors right was Bird Dog,
Bird dog.
and yeah, it's called Bird Dog whiskey, and I tried their apple flavored whiskey. It's best if you freeze. That one tastes better in the freezer than in the refrigerator.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but that oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Gil. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, bird. It was their apple flavor. I was like I bought the shot just to kind of try. I was like, ooh, okay. And so I went back and bought another shot, and I threw the other one in the freezer, just left it in there, for a little bit, probably like 30 minutes. Took it out, and the consistency of it changed so much. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy the 750, and yeah, I feel like crap. I'm drinking tea right now. I'm
Oh,
drinking tea, and the tea that I got, it is a sleepy time tea, but it also has like the immune booster in it. So and again, like I was telling everybody else, probably right after the stream, I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Right after the stream, I'm going to bed. But yeah, oh man, that bird dog apple was delicious. Bird dog apple was delicious. It again, I did it frozen. Yes, but even then, it didn't freeze. It just kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but it just had like a different texture to it and a different taste. Made it that much smoother. I'm like, yep, I will polish off this bottle by myself and still be able to wake up early in the morning to go to work.
Mm.
Try it. Try it. Try it. It's different. It's very different. It is very different. And even then it's like they got of course they got the original. They got the apple, they got the blackberry, which is okay.
Mm.
Original. Oh, they had a peach one. That peach one is nice too. If I remember correctly, I think they have a bird dog peach. That one is nice.
Mm.
That one is nice.
Bird dog. I have to look up bird dogs. I'm not sure I'm 100% familiar.
Yeah, I've never heard of a bird dog.
It's let's see. It's living in Colorado Springs, so about 2015, 2016. I think that's when they first started coming out because
Uh-oh.
the and especially I was because I was working at the liquor I was working at the liquor store as the manager, and our rep was telling me and the other manager that hey, there's a new whiskey that's coming out in the market. We think you guys will like it. Blah blah blah. I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, cool, great. What is it? And so he had like the shots. I'm like, oh, this is something new. He was like, you like whiskey? I'm like, not necessarily, but I'll give it a shot just to say I give it just to say I gave it a shot,
Right.
and it was delicious. And everybody's like, "Hey, what's your best selling whiskey?" Oh, I'll point them to Bird Dog. I think I probably sold like out of all of the flavors that we had, the the original, the apple, and the peach, I sold the most of, and I think the blackberry didn't sell as much, but we still had it for somebody who had like who had a weird taste. Like I don't want anything fruity, but I still want something that's kind of like that has like a nice little kick to it. Like, hey, try this one. It's blackberry and everything else. I'm not a blackberry fan, but if you like blackberry, here you go.
Okay.
And customer came back was like, you know what, that was all right. I'm like, go for it. Yeah, try it out.
Yeah. When I looked it up, it said it was like an award-winning flavored whiskey, so that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good. Time to make some collecting to make a list slash some things to try. Try.
Um,
Dang.
yeah. I feel like I don't know, just like at that age or that point where I wouldn't mind trying, but it's not like as high on my list to try as it was when I was like younger. It's like, if I don't know, if I'm going somewhere and like we have to bring like liquors and spirits, then I'll make a an attempt to actually find that. But if not, hmm, funny enough, for my mom's retirement party, I was in charge of the drinks,
Mm.
and my sister was suggesting, and I even like it crossed my mind to like to just ask us, my siblings to not even bother really buying more drinks, just like whatever we have in our liquor cabinets. Just bring that because and like at work, like we saved so much money. We saved so much money. And because, people would, if you have parties, people bring bottles of alcohol. And like now that we're a little older, it's not like we're drinking every day or you may have like a drink of like something or like a glass of wine, but you're not really having like you're not trying to make like screwdrivers every day or not trying to like make like greyhounds or salty dogs or like you're not trying to get all hard. I just noticed like I think both of those drinks I mentioned screwdrivers and salty dogs, I think they're both vodka based. I don't know.
Wait, what?
This the dog, I mean the drink salty dog.
So, oh yeah, I guess I don't know salty dog. But
Right.
screwdriver, you said, is also
Yeah, screwdriver is just orange juice and vodka. No, a salty dog is
screwdriver.
no,
Yeah.
no, it says gin or vodka and grapefruit juice.
I was thinking you said screwball, and I was like, wait, they have whiskey in that? Screwdriver, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You'll drink whatever I've already got. And like because it was my mom's retirement party, so people are gonna be like older anyway. So like older and professional, so they probably weren't trying to like go balls to the wall.
Right.
Yeah, and like there was still a lot of alcohol left over, so I had to like take some home. Some of my siblings were trying to push some on me. I'm like, I don't like drink like that. Just because I'm the youngest doesn't mean I'm in college.
Well, that's from seeing you as a little kid. Now they're like, oh, we see you as a belligerent college person.
So
you're like, yep, I'm responsible now. I can't do that no more.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, even yesterday, like I went out to this pre-Valentine Day social from 6 to 10. I got there late though because I had another friend who. It was actually good because people always got me for coming late to stuff, but I had a very good reason for coming late because a good friend of mine whose birthday was Sunday had basically a crisis, and no one was really there, including me, because I wasn't available Sunday. And so, I was like, let me come through, hang out, show up, chill for a few hours. But it was the opposite direction from Boston, so I was like, very tight. Like I had to drive 20 minutes to go to her place, just kind of hang out, me and a few people, and then 40 minutes to go to Boston. So I'm like, So when I got there late, I happened to see a friend of mine who I didn't expect to see, and her friend who I had met a few weeks ago, just briefly. So like these two, which is funny because they're a little older, like late 30. One of them particularly is like 39. The other one's probably mid 30s. Yeah, they like seem to have all the energy to be going out all night. I was like, it's a Monday night. I was gonna go home. But we found 2 bars. It was empty. Like just the overall Boston. I was like, yo, this area downtown near the Commons where the clubs just get so like saturated. It was just so great for it to be so empty. And we were able to get into like a few little places. One was more like a lounge. Never seen that place that empty. It's always so hard to get in. It's like a small lounge that's like free entry, but like it's also a hotel. So we got into this little hotel lounge, and then we went to another place, and I drank a beer, then I drank like 2 more beers, and I had a little like gummy worm, like not infused with like weed, but like vodka infused gummy worms. And so like it's not like I was like I definitely got like pretty like up there at some point, and I was like, oof, like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so bad, I'm hungover because I drank too many shots, but it was definitely like, yeah, this is not like this is not necessarily the life. And then in college, I also wasn't even drinking that much. It was probably grad school where I like drank the most, and even then, it wasn't always consistent. So I was like, yeah, no, like it was fun and it was cool to be out, but like I definitely don't drink as regularly as I don't know. It's on and off, but it's not like when there are heavy drinking days, I never am happy that I did them. Like it was never the good choice to make. But and it's just weird because like we work full time, so even on the weekend it's like, well, that's a whole day. That's like it's half useless recovering. And like today I felt okay, but just kind of that like dry, like black feeling in my throat. And that's not like, and like it didn't like affect me in terms of like productivity or waking up late. But when I woke up, I was just like, ugh, that feels kind of gross. And I feel like that happens sometimes when you drink a lot of beer in particular. Like it can happen with any alcohol, but especially if you just drink a lot of beer. Anyways, that was just a little tangent because what you said kind of triggered something in me from last night. Honestly, all the alcohol I have is like I'll bring my wine, but like I really don't touch most of the stuff these days. But I'm kicking the ball back as I do this, so feel free to.
Okay. Yeah.
No
We're all,
Okay.
we're all having a drink on Valentine's Day. Not Ron's having a more healthy drink. So we can wine ever expire. Yeah, I can. If it's been opened, yeah. If it's never been opened, then it won't expire. That's why you can like, yeah, if it's properly stored, yeah. That's why you can drink wines that are like hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, I think beer can expire, but I don't think wine does. Because like after, so I believe beer can expire like under a year. I think like you could still technically drink it, but it just will be like a worse experience. Whereas like wine, it'll be a better experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Possibly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because even they got to think about it like this too. The way how they made wine 2,000 years ago was a whole lot different than them making wine now. Very much different. And so a lot of the stuff that they use was very much natural. Stuff now is more so processed. So it's like, yeah, it'll last longer, but at the same time, you got a little give and take going on versus again 2,000 years ago. They made wine. It was good for years. And they will still be drinking the same wine and happy getting toasted and drunk and go back and get the same wine and thinking it's the best wine in human history. Like, nah, it's just the same one that you've been drinking out of, but different barrel, whatever.
Yeah. Like when you said like how they made it back in the day, like how they made sake back in the day was like, I want to say if it was like only girls, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but like they would have to like chew up the rice and like spit it out to create the sake.
Okay.
Yeah, they would like spit it out and like put it like in some kind of container and let it ferment that way. It makes you wonder, like, how do they find that out?
That's weird, but
Yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna question it. Okay. I guess the immune system was a lot stronger back then than what it is now. So
Yeah. Huh. Well, without further ado, I was gonna actually introduce the topic.
Oh, Ron.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for that. Don't mind me as I I wish Chad was on so he could roast me for my
Yeah,
wine.
I guess he's spending time with his fiance.
Yes.
Yeah, so that he cooked some steaks for her, lucky lady.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chad knows how to do it. How they made it back in the day, like how they make it in prison. Yeah, right. That's true.
Wait, that's how sake was originally founded for.
I don't think no, I don't think it was originally founded in prison, but like it was. I think that is how they make it in prison, though. Like, because like they do, like they'll have like one, I guess, like clean toilet. I guess clean enough toilet, and then like they make the alcohol like in the toilet. I
Rocky, get
think
out.
so.
Interesting.
Rocky, get out.
Oh my god.
Rocky, get out.
I didn't think of the pun, but like even when just something like he's making the steak, like somehow in my head I was like, I didn't like make the connection, but I was like, I'm sure I could do something, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let Chad have his wholesome time, and then
Yeah, of course.
Rocky just comes in and is like, nope. But no, yeah, like steak is a pretty romantic thing. People love their steaks. People love their meat. People love their people like food. Like you can't go wrong with food. I mean, some people more so just want the sweets, right? The cake, the dessert, the chocolates, the flowers, or those like fruit, kind of like the edible arrangements type thing. I've seen some of the fruit skewers and stuff. But some people just want hearty meat. Like, yo, that get my attention if you're just trying to like let's go to a Brazilian steakhouse or something. Girl wants to take me out to a Brazilian steakhouse or something really nice. Like even last night when I was at the hotel, the two girls there, because they were like, you should get something. I was like, I don't really want to be spending extra money. Plus, I don't usually drink that much during the week like that per se. But, I was like, I had one little beer and they're like, oh, take some of our sliders. Because, if you ordered it, we'd definitely be taking your stuff too. I was like, it's fine. So I took some truffle fries and a little bit of their sliders. And they just covered it all. And I was like, that is so sweet. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, because no, but like I believe in I believe in the mutualness of it. You gotta spoil her. She could take something and spoil you, or just be thoughtful in general. There's different ways that everyone can exchange. Nothing like a good piece of meat. Pause. Striking Vipers. If y'all haven't seen that episode of Black Mirror, I made a joke last year. I was like, forget Valentine's Day. Which one of the homies is trying to play Striking Vipers with me? I'm trying to see something. Because if you don't know, basically, it's and I'll wrap up on this point. But yeah, Striking Vipers was a little sus, but I'm also not complaining. Like, so y'all already know because you clearly.
Yeah, I like that episode.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time. Like,
man,
maybe it was like around Valentine's Day last year. I just happened to watch Black Mirror. I was like, let me just. I hadn't seen the new season. I'd only seen all the older ones. So I was like, let me see this episode. And I was like, this is actually really interesting. But anyways, moving on. I know Elle, you were originally getting the topic ready before.
Yeah, trying to figure out like how to ruin the whole friendship with me and a friend. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you definitely have to explain that, Gil. But as you explain that, so tonight we want to talk about, just like organization and how to be better at that. As you can see, we are fantastic at it. But in all seriousness though, like if you guys have any tips or if there's any like things that you've been doing, throughout your life to, get little bit more organized, a little bit more situated. Um, and also like how organization has impacted your life, and how has it changed, and what aspects of your life have you seen it change?
Yes.
Um, I could suggest one for myself. Um, I don't know what's been happening to me lately, but I feel like I've been like nesting. If anyone's familiar with that term, you usually hear it with pregnant women,
Mm.
where before like the baby is born, like the woman kind of goes like crazy, and it's like, oh, we need to have this crib built now, and she's like,
Mm.
like 4 days pregnant, and you're like, why? I'm not saying it's not important, but this is a little intense right now. But like, or like she, will feel like, oh, we gotta paint the room right now. We gotta do this. We gotta have this situation. We can't have this couch. And it's like the baby's not gonna know. And like, so like the reason for that, um, well, I can't really speak. Obviously for like soon to be mothers, the reason for that is because a child is coming. So
Mhm.
like things that change it. So for me, someone who is not pregnant, I don't really know. No.
You're flying around. Oh, I'm dead.
No,
Let's go.
I am
Oh,
not pregnant.
that's hilarious.
But man, like this feeling, like it is. All right, we'll look forward to seeing the story, to reading the story, Gil. But like the feeling is like it's very like intense. Like I've never felt this way before, where like I just I just have like this urge, like especially like this room that I'm in now. Um, I've just been like, oh, it's just not looking how I want it to look. I gotta get rid of these boxes. I gotta clean this closet that you can't see. I gotta do this. I gotta get this situated, that situated, and I've just been going through boxes, and the boxes are just filled with junk, clearing them out, and it feels kind of good because like these boxes have been just like over there, like where that blue like cooler is.
Mhm.
There was like boxes there for like years that I'm sure you've seen in the streams, and it was just filled with junk. Honestly, I'll just admit that it was just like mail. It's like especially when you're a homeowner, you just get like tons of mail, and like a lot of it is junk mail. But sometimes like you just kind of like put it to the side, and you're like, I'll look at it later. Then you get mail every day, so it piles up every day, and then lo and behold, someone's coming over. So what do? You just gotta move the mail somewhere because like I'm gonna look at it later. Of course, like you sort through to see like what's like uber important, and then it's like, okay, I see the uber important shit. Now I gotta just look over the other things and do that later. And then like piles of stuff come, and then my mom had moved in, and she got rid of like, and not rid of, but she got she moved out like 99.9% of her things, but there was still like the point one that was just like junk mail, mainly like mine, that I just would just like kind of like hold on. And yeah, like it was just, yeah, it's real life spam, exactly. And you just hold on to it for no reason. And like I'm looking through these things and I'm like, yo, this is from like 2021. This is old. It's like, oh my goodness, like some of the stuff would be like years old. I was like, what was wrong with me? Like, what was I doing? Why was I like, why did I even have this? Like I'm glad that nothing was like very important, because
Mhm.
it's like, okay, at least I didn't miss anything that was like very important. I was like, oh, you won $1 million. Like, oh, what? No. But like, it wasn't anything like that, at least so far. But it's just like been weird, just like, like this feeling. But how it's been, clearing out these boxes, it's been very refreshing too, because it feels like it's a new beginning of sorts. Like it's like I'm getting like a better handle on my life. Oddly, it's like, okay, I have more control than I thought. Like these things don't rule me. These things don't, have control over me. It's like I can get rid of these things. I shouldn't be afraid to get rid of these things on the off chance that, whatever happens. So it's I don't know. It's just been nice just getting rid of old things, and then like when you get rid of old things, it gives you space to put new things. Because I want to redecorate and reorganize this room to be a few things like like my office, um, like my work area rather, my workout area, or just like nothing serious, just like yoga and stretching essentially, just like have like a mat and do like a little light workout if I want to. And also like a second bedroom, so I need to figure out like the whole bedding situation. So hang things on the walls so it's not all empty. So, but yeah, I just got to like figure that out. And I'm also, you know, like I had like, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but there was also like speakers back there. Um
Mm-hmm.
and like my friend gave me like these speakers and like a receiver randomly because he was like working on somebody's home, and I think they just had like some old speakers and stuff. So he just gave them to me. Okay. So I don't even know how many months ago that was he gave those to me, but he finally hooked them up like a month ago, and the guy I'm seeing, he like finished hooking them up. So now like it totally works, and it's really cool to have like speakers like for my TV. And
Nice.
yeah, so I've just been like cleaning and just like rearranging and trying like redecorating. Like I told my therapist about this, like I don't know what why I'm doing that. Those metal frames are dope. You mean my metal print? If so, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like hanging up that picture of myself, like that wall was empty for so long because I wanted something like super special to be on that wall. So I'm happy that something's there. But like how it's kind of just like
Mm.
how it's like affected my life, I've just been, just realizing that, I definitely have like more control over my space than I initially thought. Spring is coming and the spring cleaning, spring fever is in the air, and you're picking up on that vibe, possibly, maybe. Maybe.
Mm, that's interesting. Yeah.
Like, I'm wondering if it was because, I've been feeling like this since, I don't know, like December, January. December, I was just anxious to all get out. And I think I've told you this with like, you know, Christmas Day, my cousin passed away back in 2013. So I don't know if I was just feeling that level of anxiety, but I just felt like I had to wait until January to really like start my life for some reason. Like there was like things I wanted to do, but I feel like I couldn't start them until January. I don't know. So like once January hit, that anxious feeling didn't go away. So now it's just like, all right, I gotta do things. I gotta make my place look like how I want it to look.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know if this is like me coming like, I don't know, being less depressed or settling. Am I settling? I don't know. I thought winter was coming.
Is this settling?
I don't know. But like having your space look like how you want it to look and have it be like, kind of clean and organized does definitely have an effect on, like your mood and, like your personality and your, like your overall well being. So I don't know if I'm just like really annoyed that my room isn't looking like my home isn't really looking like how I am mentally
Mm.
or how I want to be mentally.
Mm.
So, or like,
That
I
makes
think I just,
sense.
yeah, like I want my place to look like the person I'm trying to become.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
That makes
I mean, it does make sense, and it's always an imperfect process, so it's something you have to, I guess, have grace with yourself. 'Cause I mean, bunch of things. Happy. Oh
Mhm.
snap!
Whoa. Hey, Bat.
Bat
Long time no see. Happy
Hey,
Valentine's Day.
Bat from the past. What is?
right?
Who knew Valentine's Day was the bat signal?
I
Hey, there you go.
love it. Yes. Hope you're doing well yourself.
Yeah. Hope you're doing
Yes.
great. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Good
Oh,
topic.
yeah. Bat, I don't know if you're on our Discord channel, but yeah, definitely join us.
Yes. See the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Be the Discord.
See the Discord, be the Discord.
Be the Discord.
Yep.
That's all I
Be
got.
the
Yep.
Discord.
Toby did it. Toby did it. Uh, jeez. Crap. Get my life together. Slowly but surely. There. Nope. I love it here. I love it here. I love it.
Keep
Do
saying
that.
that.
I am. Okay. Let's see. Here we go.
And it'll be true.
Mm.
Yeah.
Boom. There
So
you
it's
go.
not spring fever then. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it lasts until spring fever. I feel like this is like this weird cleaning, getting things organized, and my place looking like how it's gonna look. It's just gonna be forever, like, or at least until it gets to like a really good place.
Mm.
For anyone single, find someone as committed to you as Batman is to Joker.
Hey, that's fact.
I'm dead.
That's facts.
Yeah, it's always the
That's
nemesis that
fact.
really have the love relationships. Batman, Joker. Oh, I think we talked before about Naruto and Sasuke were the ones that actually had
Yeah, the real
the
relationship.
the tension.
Hmm.
It's just that's just how it be. So find you someone who maybe not Joker and Harley Quinn. Maybe that's not the best, but we can emulate some things that we see, that we see in these cartoon and other medias. That's so strange. Something else.
All right. I swear I posted this link like twice.
Is
I
it
swear I did.
is it a signal issue maybe? I understand you like I do. Yo.
No one understands. I do. Oh man, it's
I mean,
true.
oh, you know what? That reminds me of the oh, what was that Batman movie? What was it? I think it was the Killing Joke with Batman, and it was a cartoon, but it was Batman and Superman. It was Batman, Joker, um, Robin basically got beat up to a bloody pulp,
Oop.
and Batman went to go and find the Joker, and um, the Joker basically said it like this. He was like, he was like, Batman, both you and I, we're both one of the same. And he told a joke that most people didn't get.
Mm, man.
Anyway, Sarah's the best. Killing joke is a great one. Yeah,
Mm,
that's like the kind of like the really well acclaimed like maybe late '90s series or something, or is it early 2000s?
yeah.
I
That
didn't
came
watch.
out like early mid 90s, the Batman animated series.
Yeah, some friends of mine, like maybe back in 2018, when I was some friends from high school, but I was like coming back from school and they had an apartment, so they were like, "Hey, let's," I stayed over there for a day or two, and they were like, "We should watch some episodes of this." And they just said, "Let's just watch this." Like I didn't really get the context of what we were watching, but like I knew it was this Batman show, but I didn't realize this was like the Batman show that like a lot of people derive from. It's somewhat faithful to like comics and like the way they intertwine things.
Hmm.
And apparently, it was a bit darker than some of the other shows, which maybe a little more whimsical, or like the movies, which of course were just like you know interesting. Like I never watched the really old movies, but like they kind of get made fun of in different ways because of like the holy, whatever, like all the catchphrases and the like very extra comic plow type of scenery. But like the anime show, they actually kind of went a little darker on some stuff. And I remember the first few episodes with like Scarecrow, with Joker, with some, I think there was Man Bat. But
What came out in 2016, Gil? Um, so a random fun fact about the Batman animated series, if I'm not mistaken, Harley Quinn did not exist at all until the Batman animated series.
I recently saw that.
Yeah. Hooray.
I
Comic
recently
book
saw.
history class.
You said what? Oh, comic book history. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I need to like Wikipedia. It was like for me just looking at some Wikipedia stuff some weeks ago. Because I finally watched Shazam. I've never seen Shazam, and I had been meaning to see it, but I like made an HBO Max account for like a trial for a week, and I was able to watch it there, unsubscribed. So I was like, okay, pretty good movie. Like probably one of the better DC movies, along with like maybe Aquaman and Wonder Woman, of course. So I was like, I enjoyed it, but like I remember looking up some stuff because there was a bunch of other DC like suggested things to watch on the HBO Max, I guess portal, whatever. And so I was like, man, there's a lot of these shows and these movies, and animated movies, especially that I just never seen. Some of them didn't look like they were super well rated, but I don't know. Like I was looking at some stuff with like Suicide Squad. Well, I didn't go too deep into that, but I remember I saw something about Harley Quinn and how like she was so popular that she was like basically put into the actual canon
Hmm.
later. And
Yeah.
it's interesting. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't know that like happened. Apparently, that's happened a bunch. Like even Static Shock, there was a different multiverse created by like a black-owned comic company or media company, and Static Shock was actually spawned from that, and then
Oh.
it became incorporated to DC around the time I think of the Static Shock show that we all know and love. But I had no idea until I was like looking at this history stuff. And I was like, dang, there's just so much I didn't know about. And even though I've not been psyched to watch a lot of the DC movies, I do think that what Ron Gil said is on point about the animated ones, like Flashpoint Paradox, Chef's Kiss. Like I
Hmm.
watched that with my friends. There was like the Superman one where he was like trapped in this like I don't know who, but like some alien starship on like a red sun. That one was okay, but this Flashpoint Paradox, I didn't actually realize that was a huge thing that actually kind of broke the DC universe. And since the Flashpoint Paradox has changed the nature of like the timelines of stuff. I just thought like it was a cool movie, whatever. But apparently, like they were using that as a way to like do like certain reboots. I guess the Flash Force is like um, DC's favorite retcon device. The Speed Force. I mean, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I just and that's a relatively new thing. Like that movie came out 2016 at the earliest. So there is like some interesting animated movies. I saw like the Red Hood, whatever that movie with Red Hood was called. Which I actually thought that's where you're going with your thing, L, with the Robin gets beaten up and then Joker, then um Batman gets angry or whatever. But the Red Hood thing, I remember seeing the movie, or at least a mini thing. It was like not even an hour. Um, so they definitely had some really good animated stuff, for sure, for sure, for sure. And then our topic Ross cat tie. Yo, Harley
I
Quinn.
mean, yeah, I saw the trailer for that too during the Super Bowl. I was like, I have I have my doubts. I'm like, man, please, like DC, please get it right for the love of everything in every DC film. Please get it right, please. It looks interesting, but I'm like, man, get it right. However, somebody did say that the DC animated movies have been fire. I drink to that one.
Mm.
I definitely drink to that one. Yes,
I didn't see the Super Bowl commercial. Are you talking about the Harley Show Spotify thing, or there's another show,
the Harley
or is
Quinn
this,
show's on.
or was this the
It's
Flash
on.
movies trailer? Sorry, go ahead,
No,
Ron.
the Flash, the Flash movie trailer.
Oh
The
no, I
new.
didn't. I didn't see anything that happened during the Super Bowl. Honestly, commercial
Go
wise,
to you. Go say. Go to YouTube. The trailer's on YouTube. Look it up.
okay.
It's different. I'll tell you that much. It's different.
I hope
Very different.
I hope Ezra Miller got their lives together and like all the filming was done or whatever, because they were on a rampage through the entire Hawaii. And I was like, is this movie ever getting made? I mean, at that point, I wasn't even into the universe that much, but like,
Mhm.
it sounds like that is a thing that's like pretty much finished. So that's good. Like, I'm glad the movie will be coming out. Shazam 2 is coming out this year too, I think, and I'm really excited for that because I just watched the first one. So I'm like, oh, perfect. This is really dope. Unrelated, different universe, but I'm definitely trying to see Quantum Mania. Um, like I haven't
Yeah.
been super hyped for all the new Marvel projects. Like Thor, barely even knew that came out. I saw Doctor Strange just because some friends of mine were seeing it. I enjoyed it, but I just haven't been super like, Even the shows, like I've heard great things about Loki, great things about Winter Soldier, Captain Falcon.
Captain America.
No, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There we go. Yeah, Captain
That's so,
America. Yeah, that's why.
that's so
Um,
funny.
Captain Falcon. I did that before some weeks ago, but and for some reason, I'm really looking forward to Quantumania. Even though I don't know who Kang the Conqueror is, I have to like watch all the Marvel shows first. But then I don't know. I did the same thing with Doctor Strange. I was like, I don't understand any context of what's happening. When did spoiler this person become a villain? And I was like, what is happening? Did I miss something in like all these TV shows? So either they're just like coming up with stuff out their butt on the fly, or they're things from the show that I'm like missing context for. Um, so I'm kind of like worried that maybe I should actually take some time to watch the shows before I see Quantum Mania. But at the same time, I'm really looking forward to it. Toby's rich. I'm dead.
I drink to that one too. Yes.
Listen, it'll always live in memory and in our logo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, like it was one of
Yeah.
the. I was trying to incorporate it into one of our logo designs. It's still kind of there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, Jonathan Majors. Yes. Because I know me and the missus, we're going to see. No, don't you apologize, Bat. Don't you apologize.
Never
No need to
apologize.
apologize. Never. But
Mm.
what was I going to say? I know that we're pumped to see John Wick 4 because we messed around. Uh, I messed around and bought the first three movies at Meyer. They were on sale, and so I was like, bet. So we took one weekend and we just been watched like all the John Wick movies, and we saw that John Wick 4 was coming out. We're like, oh, definitely going to see that one. Definitely going to see that. And then Creed 3 is also coming out. And so I told her, I was like, you know what? We've seen both of the Creed. We've seen Creed 1 and Creed 2. We might as well go ahead and see Creed 3. And even then, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, those are two of her favorite actors as of right now for our generation.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. So that one was going to be good. We saw the trailer of that one. Like, oh yeah, gotta watch that one. Got to.
Mm. I've been seeing that trailer a bunch. I think because I started I started using the CW app because like I think I'm oh no, oh well, I'm 2 episodes behind on All American, which is fine because I was like I had been behind all season and I was able to get some episodes for free through Google Play credit I had or Amazon Prime credit, but I ended up purchasing like maybe maybe $8 even worth of episodes because I was like I have to watch these. And then the latest 3 episodes are always on the CW. Or it's like weird the way they do it. The latest 3 that have played on TV, including reruns, but basically you will see the latest 2 at least. But you have to get mad ads, and I was like, dang, I never see ads because I don't watch TV really. And my Spotify, not Spotify, the YouTube I have some different accounts, and I have premium on my main account, so I'm like I don't really see ads like that. But then when I was watching the CW, like for the new episodes and whatever, I was like, dang, I have to sit here and see ads. So I kept seeing that same ad of like Quantum Mania, where Jonathan Majors is like, you're an interesting man, Scott Lang, whatever, and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, I get it. You all wanted me to see this movie. But I can't see it yet, so stop playing these ads. But, you know, he seems like he's doing his thing. I don't know like anything really about him and his other projects, but you know, it's cool.
Who are you talking about?
Jonathan Majors. Yeah, I know they'll wind up at Netflix, but it'll take too long. Like I remember seeing an article that said it's not gonna happen until after May. I was like, I can't wait that long. I waited that long for season 4. I did. But I was like, I wanted to see this in real time. And it's gonna take forever. I was like, no, let me just and I didn't have to pay for everything. I just needed enough to get the ones in the middle that, you know, I wasn't able to see for free. And then after that, everything has been free. So I was like, you know, that's not too bad. Like, I don't normally like I kind of been very anti-paying for like it's one thing if you pay for a service and you have access to everything, but to pay for things on top of a service you already have, like what kind of rocket is this? But I was like, you know what? I'm okay with doing this for this. And then I don't even want to say what I've been getting into recently because not that I think you guys will spoil it, but I've been kind of hush hush. But I've been getting into an anime that I watched years ago. I only saw 5 episodes of this one great anime that has like 120 episodes. And now I'm like episode 22 maybe. So I binge watched it a bit a few weeks ago. But
Okay. Trying to think with 120 episodes.
it's like 100 something. It's like low hundreds. Maybe it's like 112. You know, Spencer makes it to the league. Yes, exactly. I'm surprised how much I'm into like a drama because I don't know, like, I guess maybe it's me watching FX and like ABC Family really, and like freaking like Smallville, Seventh Heaven. I don't even know all these shows. Touched by an Angel, freaking Lincoln Heights.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Lincoln Heights. I only remember because my friend who was subletting for my roommate was watching it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is a huge throwback." Because at some point we just stopped watching Lincoln. Like we love that show, then we stopped watching it in like some of the later seasons for whatever reason, like when Cassie got pregnant, and then like some other stuff happened. I don't know, it just stopped. So when my friend was watching it over the summer, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was a huge throwback, and I kind of saw only bits and pieces. But I was like, "Oh yeah, Charles," and "Oh my gosh, this," and "Oh my gosh, that." Anyways, back to organization. um, Speaking of being organized or not, and we'll have plenty of time to talk more about it over the course of the month. But like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, I will just say that today was a good day at work, partly because getting more organized last week with an actual schedule of like a
Mm.
fake sprint and like issues that we needed to like get done for the work we're doing, even though it's like a temporary project allocated like 60 hours total that I've been working on spread out the last few weeks. I realized I really needed a real schedule. So thank God for Git issues. And a coworker who I could work with virtually, but today in person to like actually, um, kind of get on track with certain things. So organization is great.
Mhm.
Schedules are wonderful. Um, Writing
Yeah.
stuff down is great. I wrote down stuff for my therapy visit last week. It was last week Wednesday.
Okay.
And I haven't done much to dos from it, but I at least wrote it down, which was great. I'm looking at it right now because I had it on OneNote. And I'm just trying to be more intentional about certain things. Um, and thus, things are looking up.
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, and utilize a calendar. If you don't have a calendar, utilize a calendar as much as possible. It'll save time, it'll save stress, it'll save headache, and even then, as we're getting ready to you know, I guess bring it to a close. I don't know because I feel like crap. Sorry, y'all.
I
But
mean,
No need to apologize, brother.
I
yeah.
know, I know, I know. I got on back for doing the same thing. So I'm going to unapologize. So yeah, just feel like crap. But what I was saying was I know I share with Toby and Elm. I share with you guys too. Like on my refrigerator, I have a monthly Ooh, I have a monthly planner that I put all my notes on what's happening for the month. Underneath that, I have a weekly planner that lets me know what I need to get done for this specific week. On the side of my refrigerator, it's literally like a daily breakdown of okay, this is what I need to do for this day. And because all three of those things are dry erase, I can erase at any point in time,
Okay.
add and everything else. Yeah, because even in my office, I have a calendar that it like when I sit down, I'm looking right at my calendar. Oh my gosh, Brock, you have no idea. I found them two snipers. I found them two snipers. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. They was camouflaged very well, but I found them. I found them.
No,
Yeah, Ali Oscar free, and they
can't
got
even
up.
be
So
mad.
yep.
Can't even be mad, man.
Mm.
But man, but yeah, the calendar has been saving me a lot of stress. And even then, like what Toby was saying before, just actually get into the habit of writing things down
No, for sure. Yeah.
and excuse me, and actually looking at what I wrote down. So every time I open up the refrigerator, open up the freezer, go to the side of the refrigerator to get some water, I'm always looking, okay, what is going on for the month? What is going on for the week? What do I need to do to kick today in the butt? and feel accomplished. And even if I don't get everything knocked out the way, that's fine. As long as the majority of it is knocked out the ballpark, I'm happy. I feel accomplished.
That's good. All right,
Mm.
so you have a monthly. You have a dry erase board month calendar. You have a
Hmm.
one that's a week calendar. Then you have like one that's like daily.
Yeah, it's a three. It came. I got it on Amazon,
Okay. Okay.
and it originally it came with a it came with the three plus the marker and the eraser,
Mm.
but I had to get rid of both the marker and the eraser. Well, the marker ran dry, and then the eraser was leaving smear marks on my my dry erase boards. So I went ahead and bought a new one, a new eraser. I
Okay.
bought new dry erase markers, and
Hmm.
I also got the cleaner as well to see if that's going to help out. Somehow, some way, I lost my eraser. I don't know where
Mm.
it's at.
Tragic.
I got everything else. I know, right? So I got to go back to the store and buy a new
Excuse
dry
me.
erase eraser, and hopefully don't lose that one.
Hmm.
Yes, please. Excuse me.
Right,
Okay.
right. But yeah, but yeah. I mean, again, you guys should utilize whatever tool that you can to help you remember whatever you need to get done. Utilize it.
Can I ask you
It'll
something,
save
Ron?
you a lot. Yeah, go for it.
So, like, how did you initially get into the habit of writing things on a dry erase board? Because it's one thing. uh,
You have to go
yeah,
off fighting demons or whatever.
yeah, but I mean, I know that Ron will be coming back. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So, because it's one thing, Ron, to like think you're going to be that person who writes things on a dry erase board versus that person who
Hmm.
actually does that. Because like in my head, I'll be like,
Hmm.
I've thought about getting one of those calendar dry erase board things, but like
Hmm.
I don't know if I'll actually utilize it because I don't think I'm at that space yet. So how did you know that you were there?
Well, for me, it
Yeah.
was forced, and especially, now for those of you guys who don't know, like, yes, I am a pastor, and so it was literally forced upon me. Like I had to stay in the know. I had to write stuff down. I had to keep a calendar in my office, and so because of the fact that I had to keep a calendar in my office, it literally forced me to utilize my dry erase boards. I had to do it. I had to. And so even then, prior to me even becoming pastor, with of course the missus, she works a lot, and because of my work schedule, I'm home a lot more. It was more so of imperative for me to go ahead, write it on there. So that way, if one of the kids had some kind of appointment that was coming up, we all know who had an appointment at what time. And so it helped us pretty much stay organized. It and even then, like if there's a kind of sporting event, if school's closed, if we got something else that's going on, it helped. And so, and again, because I'm naturally a writer as it is, anyways, and I take notes on just about anything. And again, I just like to write. I mean, I have the neatest handwriting in the world, but for me, the more I write it down, I can look back at it and it helps me to remember, oh, okay, this is what I got from this one. This is what I got from this little conference thing. These are what came to mind. cool. Let me go ahead and utilize them and improvise them into my everyday life. And so again, with the dry erase boards, because of the fact that, like I said before, I like to write, it forces me to write. And because it forces me to write, it forces me to remember everything that's going on. And even if I forget something to write on the board, that's okay, because when I remember it, I go straight to the board and I write it on there, just so I know for my own mental sake insanity, it's on there.
Okay.
So
Like,
it's I'll put it to you like this. If you are the type of person who likes to write stuff down and just leave it, so especially leave it in a place where you know that you're going to look at it and it's going to be that eyesore, do it. Do it. Whatever works best for you, do it. And even then, like I said before, I have mines on the refrigerator. And it's like whenever I come in to get a cup of coffee, the coffee pot is right next to the refrigerator. What's on my refrigerator? Calendar and everything
mhm.
else is right there. It's literally right there. When I go in, if I decide that I want to eat cereal today, where's the milk? In the refrigerator.
Mm.
What's on the refrigerator? The calendar. I on purpose. I did it on purpose. So it was like, okay, I see it. It's in my line of view. It's in my visual. Now that I see it's in my visual, it's going to be committed to memory. And because it's committed to memory, I'm not going to forget it. And even then, even if I do forget, I have that to refer back to anyway. So it helps a lot.
Okay. Okay. No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Like, one thing I failed to mention was like those boxes that were like over there and also like in my closet.
Mhm.
I purposefully dragged them out and put them in the living room because I'm always in the living room watching TV and just kind of chilling. So I put them there because I know it would bother the hell out of me.
Mm.
So and they do. That's the same thing I did with the speakers. I was going nuts. I'm like, it's like, yeah, I want to get these hooked up. This is ridiculous. So I moved them in front of, the TV in the living room on the floor, so I can like force myself to contact my friend to be like, hey, hook up these speakers. So no, that makes a lot of sense. Like, if it's something important, definitely just put it like in your line of sight of where you're gonna be.
Yes. Yes, agreed.
That's how
Agreed.
I mean, I have these like sticky notes. I haven't been great with putting them. Just- I did at least keep them on maybe on top of my computer or on the keyboard. So it's like, okay, I have to see this here. Um, Maybe I'll keep open my like last notes, um, like OneNote or whatever. I'm not always great with doing that, but sometimes I'll keep that one open. So when I open my computer, if it didn't restart itself, I'll see the notes. I mean, it's still a work in progress for sure. But I think a calendar would be a really great
Mhm.
thing because I don't have like a physical calendar, and the last planner I have, expired end of last year. So I don't really have like I have a literally on my like bedroom door. There's like a mirror hanging um, from the door, but I could definitely technically I do have a thing actually. I'll be really quick with this, but I have like a little small whiteboard. See, it's already so out of sight. It's probably like fallen behind my whatever. I have like a little drawer
Oh
set. I think
no.
it fell behind there. But I don't even
Mhm.
know if it has a sticky end. I got it for free from a friend who wasn't using it. So, um, but I do need like a better way because that's like a little dry erase board type. Like a lot of people have in their college dorms, little small
Mhm.
ones. May even have a
Right.
marker, but I really don't know. So, um, in some ways, I'm better at least offloading things from my head onto like an actual type of schedule. I also have been trying to like write down things I've accomplished. So like if I didn't put something on the list and I accomplished it, I'll be like, hey, let me put it on like my list almost like a done list. Some people say that that's a nice motivational thing too, is put a list of things that you've done versus just things to do. But it's sometimes I'm good with it, sometimes I'm not, but I'm definitely better than I was. Again, that was something from my therapist, was like, I was gonna decide to like make plans for the next day. So like nighttime, write down the things I need to do the next day. And I was like, okay, let me try doing something like that. Even like getting stuff ready. Like last night, I think I forgot what day it was that I forgot to get my work badge, and it was in my jacket pocket, but I forgot to like visually see it. So when I got to my car, I was like, oh my God, where's my badge? And I was like, oh, thankfully it's in my pocket. But I am trying to be like better at like knowing where things are and having things mostly ready the day before, so I can like wake up without feeling like the crazy panic, and it gives me a little bit of a sense of something that I need to do for the next day. So the calendar thing, I definitely need to get more hip to, and I'm glad you guys are sharing.
Yes.
Both, you two, Ron especially, but then also in the chat. Salgil, your message. Thank you for joining us. Love you, brother.
Right. And even then, just to circle back, I circle back. Originally, like with Toby, I had a white dry erase board that I was using during the pandemic for a lot of things, for like a lot of planning, this and the third. But I was like, okay, like I probably need a calendar. The missus like, yeah, you should probably get a calendar. So I'm like, yeah, probably should, just because. And so, she gave me the money to go get it on Amazon. I'm like, okay, cool, great. And even then, since then, it's very helpful. And even then, the kids they like to put stuff on there as well. So it's like if they have anything that's going on, they'll get a marker, they'll put it on. They're like, hey, this is what's going on, just so you guys can remember. Like, okay, cool, great, thank you. Because if you didn't tell us, it wasn't gonna go on there. It was gonna be like a typical day. But no, because you made that effort to put it on the board, okay, we're gonna commit that to memory, and we'll let it fly. We'll let it go. We'll let it fly, and we'll make sure we get that done.
No, that's good. Like, I have seen so many, like, like families where it just seems like the person, like, there's only one parent responsible for remembering everything, and it, usually like it tends to fall on the mom, and it's just so stressful. Like the kid will just, and of course, it's my kid. Like it's like, hey mom, what am I supposed to be doing? It's like, what am I supposed to be doing today? And then the mom would know, and then the other kid would ask, like, what? I was like, oh mommy, remember you're supposed to take me to the thing. It's like, all right. And then like the dad is like, oh honey, what about blah blah blah, this and that. It's like, yo, like I like, it's like the mom's not a calendar, but like she kind of just ends up, or like, one parent ends up just like taking on everything, remembering everything. And remembering things is a chore too. And like we can't just we can't just take advantage of it just because it's not necessarily a physical thing, and it's not like a thing that it's a very important thing that's like easily seen as something small. Like I remember I was like talking to somebody, not romantically, but like like I shared like a TikTok of it. I shared a TikTok with him back when I was like using TikTok. Like there was like this woman who was like in bed, and she was just like kind of complaining about how she feels like she's probably going to be single for the rest of her life. She was kind of fine with that because a lot of the men seem to want to be like, see her as kind of like a secretary or a mom to like remember everything. And I've seen that with my own mom too, where she would like remember my dad's family members' birthdays and like like my aunts and uncles, like even like kids' birthdays, and my dad didn't remember like jack. And to the point, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this because like I don't talk about my dad much because he's shitty. But, like he had to ask his brother, my uncle, for my brother, my dad's son's phone number because he didn't know it.
He had to ask a convoluted line to get his own son's phone number.
Yeah, he had to ask his brother, my uncle, for my brother, my dad's son.
Okay, gotcha.
Like,
You're just emphasizing the gotcha.
yeah,
Yikes.
yeah,
Double
yeah,
yikes. Triple one.
right. And I don't know if he like remembers all of our birthdays or anything. I don't know. Maybe Facebook helps him. And it's not like you have to remember it in your brain or anything. Like it's okay to cheat. It's okay to like use a calendar, to use your phone calendar and things like that. But like it's it was just like when I think back on like just everything that my mom had to remember, like my dad just didn't like remember, like, she used to like know like all of our social security numbers. She used to know like remember like the times that we were born. Like I'm not saying that those things are important unless like you're into astrology, but like it's just sort of like insane. But when somebody is here remembering all these things, you don't feel the need to. And so it's like I don't know. Like I get it because it's like somebody's kind of doing the work, but that shouldn't just be the case. And I remember I was talking to like this guy about this, saying like, "Hey, I don't think I'm the last of 7, and I have 6 nieces and nephews. Like if I am here, having to remember my husband's siblings' birthdays while he's just not doing that, even though he knew his siblings his whole life, it's like I'm not doing that." And the guy I was, messaging this to, it was like kind of like a friend at the time. He was like, it's like, oh, like a husband's like, if you're like, if you're a husband and wife, that's a partnership. Like that's those things are so small. That shouldn't be like a reason to like not be with someone. I'm like, I don't think you're hearing me. I was like, I literally just said I'm the last of 7. Plus I have 6 nieces and nephews. If I have to, talk to my significant other being like, oh, your sister's birthday is coming up. Did you get her any, like, can you get her something, like a card for us? It's like, oh, that's such a small thing. It's like, no, it's not. You know why? Because you would have to go to the grocery store or something to pick up a card, pick up the right card, and mail it in time. Write something and mail it in time to do it. Like, so, and like also, I mean, like, yeah, things have gotten better, but like being a woman, especially if I was a woman in a relationship and your sister or God forbid your mom didn't get anything on a card or anything, it's going to look poorly on me the most.
Yes,
yeah. So like if you're out here like not caring, then we're not partners. That's not a small thing. It's just because a card is physically small does not make it a small thing. Is there anything that your dad does remember, or does he just forget everything? Yeah, there's things that he remembers. He usually uses it for malicious intent. I know that he knows my birthday. He knows, what's funny, the same son that I was talking about, my brother, he knows his birthday because they share the same birthday. Right. It's like, you can't remember that, you got a problem. But no, like, funny enough, like my dad is like very brilliant. Like, he's a very brilliant, intelligent person. So there is definitely things that he does remember. It's just, I don't know if it's just being a older Jamaican guy, Jamaican man, having like that, just thinking having a paycheck and existing in the house is enough.
Mm.
But that's kind
Oh,
of like that was kind of a nutshell. So yeah, and I don't talk about my father much, but it's like like the older I get and like the more I think about him, I'm just like, yeah, he could have done like leagues better, and he just kept choosing pride and
Mm.
like masculinity in a way, and just trying to like show and exert that. Hey, Ultimate Sonic fan,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Thank
hey.
you so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. First time chatter too on Twitch. Woo woo.
I
Um,
agree. Oh, sorry, but no, I agree, Rocky. That's definitely selective memory, and in a way, weaponized incompetence.
I just heard. I literally, yeah, I just heard that term like a day ago, maybe or 2 days, in like a YouTube comment, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's like there's definitely aspects of weaponized incompetence on his end. There's also times where I just felt like my mom was just like impatient and like teaching him certain things.
Mm.
So like, it's like, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I don't
Hmm.
know. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. Did your parents have a traditional relationship or a modern one? Like it's hard to say. I feel like it was a mix, honestly. Um, I feel like it was traditional transitioning into modern, and I think my mom in a way like naturally wanted it to be more modern because a modern relationship is like in my definition of it, it's like both parents are working, whereas a traditional I would say that like one parent is working and the other one is staying home. There were times of course where my mom did stay home to like birth us, raise us, for periods, but she always ended up getting a job very quickly. So but she would often times have to do the second shift after work and you know cook, clean, and pretty much just do mainly the child rearing, where my dad didn't really do that. So it was kind of like a mix.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope I'm defining a modern relationship correctly. Because I'm not sure. Because like when they be like, "Oh, these modern women," I was like, I don't know. I don't have time to research this. It's just like it's like I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But, but yeah, like it was.
But
Yeah, I guess I was just gonna say like it was a modern relationship trying to pretend to be traditional. like,
Interesting.
like
oh,
in certain aspects, it was like I felt like my dad was trying to push a traditionalness, and while my mom was like unintentionally trying to push a modern one. I don't think she quite knew like like the vocabulary and terminology of what she wanted to wanted the relationship to be.
Mm.
But I don't even think my dad did either. He just wanted, yeah, I don't know. He just didn't want peace. He just wanted some, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Exist as like a roommate essentially, or
Gotcha.
a hybrid too. Yeah, hybrid's a good term. Thank you. That's a better term. My dad did the heavy lifting early in their relationship, whereas my mom does the heavy lifting now.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, man. it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I understand where you came from. It's just the direction you decided to go was just not helpful for anybody but yourself, sort of thing.
Mm.
Like, it's weird that a lot of people, tend to like get into relationships assuming that they themselves, like their lives just won't change. And that's kind of like what he was essentially doing. Like some people think like they're not, like their fathers or their mothers, or like, just because like they do something slightly different. It's like, well, I'm nothing like my father. You know, only had 13 wives, not 20. And it's like that, what? I mean, like something like that, like it's like, yeah, you're not really help, defending your case there, buddy.
And someone, I don't think it was you, but someone posted something. I think it was just like on social media. Someone was like, it's okay to be like your parents. Like, y'all want to distance yourself so badly. I mean, that case, I guess people were saying maybe people who were trying to be like, oh, I'm nothing like my parents, even if it wasn't toxic behavior, they were just trying to say I'm not like them. And then maybe some people were like, you should like trying to humble them, be like, y'all know, like it's okay to admit you're like your parents. But in your case, it's like people who know there was a problem and are trying to say they're not as problematic, but then they do problematic things or tangential. But I just thought of that real quick because I was like, yeah, I guess sometimes there is a distancing act, like probably a big thing in therapy and psychology. Like you notice certain behaviors when you're young and it imprints on you, and then you try to like correct for it and like how you act. But then you might still adopt those. So you might be like, oh, I don't want to do this because I noticed this in the house,
Right, yeah. Like it could be like, oh, well, at least I'm not messy like my dad or something. And it's like, that's, it's like, he's like, oh, I make sure to clean the house and I cook. Like, cool. Do you tell your wife where you're going at night? Like,
what?
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Shots
Like,
fired. She
right.
ain't missing.
Yeah. I'm not like saying anything in particular. If this happened to resonate with any of you, then are you telling your wife where you're going? Are you telling? But no more than 7, right?
Yeah,
I'm done.
No, but
I'm done.
yeah, like it's hard to and this will be like my last bit, but like it's hard to realize if you're like doing things like your parents. Like I actually just had a similar thing about my and like a similar thing about like when I spoke to my therapist today, because it's like I just have like a fear of like either not ending up in a relationship like what my mom and dad had, or like not and becoming like either of them. Like especially like the very like negative aspects of it. So, but my therapist was telling me like if you were to see some like aspects of that like in another, like even if you're dating someone they had aspects of that, would you stay with them? I'm like, no. It's like, okay, then there you go. It's like, okay. And like I have definitely like seen aspects of that with certain guys. Like it doesn't really like show up as it doesn't show up as big because you have like either you have like rose colored glasses or you're just getting to know somebody. So you're just kind of like trying to like figure them out or just really get to know them. But it is like kind of interesting to like look back and like read through text and you're like, oh man, I really truly dodged a bullet. Like I knew that there was something with this person, but like I'm really glad that I didn't like continue a friendship or relationship. I'm glad that I kept like this person, at a distance when I could. Um, like it was funny because I was actually just rereading because I was just like curious. I was like, let me see if I can find like I was trying to find like different texts and just out of curiosity, and I ended up finding like these texts from like the guy I mentioned earlier with like how he felt that you know me not wanting to remember my husband's like doctor's appointments and their siblings' birthdays, like how he just saw it as like not a big deal. It's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, in like the cosmos, it's not a big deal. I agree, but in a relationship, it can really weigh down on somebody. And
Mm.
but like when people say things like, "Oh, that's not a big deal. That's such a small thing," it's sort of gaslightish. Like,
Oh boy. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. In the kicker for actually the counter argument for the guy, I would say like, well, just remember your anniversary. And
And you be in charge of.
yeah, let remembering your anniversary,
Okay.
let that sink in. Because a lot of the women, especially the older women, I find this with older women in particularly, they always ask me like, "Do you know your anniversary is?" Like, yeah, duh. And of course, I know what my anniversary is. I share it with the Obamas. It's on the third. We've been married for almost such and such years now.
hey,
She just kind of looked at me like, "Really?" Yeah, big ups. And so, like, really? Like, yeah, like, but even then, like, we've been together for like a couple for X amount of years, and our anniversary for that is like the week after Valentine's Day. So, like, so like the 21st.
Hmm.
Again, finest detail. And it just, and they look at my wife and they're like, is he telling the truth? And she's like, yep, like, yep, on it. And they always like, well, I wish my husband could do that. I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't notice it was a competition. I'm just the type of person where I'm trying not to get shot nor crucified for not remembering my anniversary. Like, I'm sorry. Not really, but hey, I no. Like I'm not trying to get, crucified on the stake. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
yeah, I
I'm
agree.
good.
So everyone should know everything. Like even like yeah, like someone trying to be in charge of this. I mean, maybe someone's better at planning certain things, but like definitely both parties should know, mutual things as well as everything about each other, like, the birthdays and,
Hmm.
important stuff. Like, yeah, that would be very disastrous if you don't remember your anniversary date. Like that actually being a thing. Like for
So
real.
common. It's so common.
But then again, even my
Oh yes.
parents like they
What
didn't make a
else?
big
That?
deal of it. But I think their anniversary date was somewhere between August and October. And like, not that there was something we forgot, but I remember one time it was like coming up on their 40th. I want to say they were married in '86, maybe. So I'm trying to remember. 2016 would have been that would have been their 30th. So I guess their 30th anniversary maybe was coming up or something. And so, but that time was also around the time that my dad's my goodness, if I can remember my parents' birthdays. I guess my dad's 60th birthday was coming up.
Oh,
And so my mom was like, "Oh yeah, anniversary, whatever. Much more important is your dad's, big birthday here or whatever." But I don't know. I think like me and my siblings should talk and be like, "We actually should like kind of do some conniving, maybe try to like put that date." But that's a little bit of a tangent because it's not like they necessarily forgot. If they did, I never was privy to it. But you know, I think
yeah.
it's something that like it wasn't really celebrated growing up that I really remember. So I don't even think about anniversary dates outside of like watching, sitcoms or movies or whatever, where it's just, family and someone has an anniversary, but it's not like a real life thing. I mean, even in high school, my teachers, I mean, maybe someone mentioned their anniversary. And sometimes you see those things where it's like, oh, me and my wife, someone's been married something goes viral, but we've been married 60 years, some old black couple or whoever. But like, I'm not like in real life thinking like, yeah, there's a lot of anniversary dates that I hear people talk about. It's always very random one off, someone who just happens to be giving a speech or someone happens to announce something or someone, but it's not like I know people close where I've seen it and I think about anniversaries. So I'm like, I don't know what do you do? Do a celebrate like Valentine's, go out, I don't know, recreate your day, your first dates. I don't know.
I mean, I guess so. Like, I feel like depending on how long they've been together, like to actually do it on maybe like at their house on Valentine's Day, but like to actually go out, that's like stressful.
Oh no, not I didn't mean that they combined the two, but I meant like mimic how you would celebrate Valentine's Day. So like,
Oh, gotcha.
do you celebrate it the same way you do Valentine's? You just go out, do like some. That's why I was like, maybe make it more special where you're trying to recreate something that's relevant to how you guys met in the first place. Maybe you can keep it simple. If it's like, oh, there's this nice little spot, and we just decide to go there. Versus like some really romantic candlelit dinner. I don't know. I actually should look up out of curiosity, how people celebrate anniversaries nowadays, or even in general.
But at the end of the day, like how you celebrate it should just be between you and your partner. Like Toby, I don't blame you for not really knowing your parents' anniversary date because I don't really think, unless like it's something that was celebrated, of course, like you would remember. But like if it was like not, it's not really like your job to know because it's not your anniversary. Like
Exactly.
like it'll just be like a plus for you to
Exactly.
remember. Like some people, like especially today, Valentine's Day, like there's sometimes people are like, or Mother's Day and Father's Day is a big thing too, where it's like, should you get your grandmother something for Mother's Day? Should you get like your aunts something for Mother's Day? Should you get like your sisters who have kids something for Mother's Day?
Right.
I don't think so because it's like I don't have money for that. But like, if it's like, but these people aren't my mom. I only have one mom, so it's her day. I can understand if like someone was like a mom, you get something for like them, or like if something happened. With a partner in a while, I'm not sure I will do it again in the future. Yeah. My boyfriend came over last night, and yeah, because like he knew that I had this to do tonight, but like, so I already knew I wasn't really gonna celebrate. But I don't know, to do something like on Valentine's Day is kind of. I just know because it's just gonna be busy like everywhere, and it'll just stress me out. Right, yeah. I think it's still nice to like do something like sweet. Like he came over, he had like a bouquet and some wine. And that was like super sweet. But like, the actual day is just like you just feel stressed. Like I don't like holidays for that reason. Like there's some like you got all these days on the calendar and you're gonna just pick this day to be stressed out like with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I
Valentine's Day.
prefer the day after.
Yeah. When things
I
are just
prefer
cool.
the day after. That's when everything goes on sale, especially candy. Yes.
Let me see if I need anything. But as a single person, what do I really need? That's the thing is like, what can I buy that's like, oh, I've been waiting forever to buy all these teddy bears, and I just finally roses. I just needed roses and teddy bears. So the candy makes sense, of course, especially if you're having kids, right? But like, I'm like, what would I actually need that I could get on sale from
Probably wine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, good point. Good point.
Yeah, wine might be on sale. I mean, like you said you went on a date with that girl, maybe like even buying chocolates, um, just for future because
Mhm.
chocolates do last a good while.
That's true.
Not
That's
like a Toby while, but like a good while. Like,
that's fine.
That's fire.
yeah, like if you're still with her for like 2 months, then it'd be kind of sweet to have, especially like in the heart shaped box. Like that's cute.
Mm.
You're like, where'd you get this?
Uh-oh. Dropping dimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the game. I appreciate
Mhm. Yep. Right. And if not, like you could still just like bring the chocolate to like a social gathering if things don't work out. So
it. True.
There you go. There you
wine's
go.
definitely a good thing. Like occasionally just throughout the year, just like buy like a bottle of wine here and there. So you can when you go into a party instead of, you know, on your way to the party going into like a gas station to buy something. You can
Yeah.
just bring some wine. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I have had those like, oh my gosh, quick liquor store pit stop, and then like Uber from the place. Oh man, that was rough. That was like when I first moved to Boston. Well, I was like 35 minutes outside of Boston, so I was like really doing the most ghetto thing, to find wines and then bring to like a house thing and hope to like, you know, get it all there. I mean, it wasn't like I got a ton, but still, it's like that. So now, I mean, for the most part, Total Wine, or I'll find some other places. I bought some wine some weeks ago for a few different friends who either were his birthdays or other.
Right.
It was a different alcohol, but 2 bottles of wine. That's why wine's so great, because it's like, unless you're like really balling for no reason, like buying $80, I mean, honestly, nothing should be over $50 or $40. Like wine, even some pretty nice wines you can get for like right under 20. There's some maybe nicer ones I could see pushing 20 to 30, but like you don't have to get under 10 to get nice. Like you can, like, it doesn't have to be like ridiculously crazy. Just keep it between like $10 and $20 or 15, 20, and it's cool. It adds up if you get a bunch, but it's nice just from like it's a good thing. It's not freaking like you know Casamigos pushing $80, whatever the heck.
Right, right.
Why am I paying for this?
Jeez.
Like something like that.
At least
That's
Douce.
funny.
I
Like,
like Douce. And Douce, I don't mind being up in the $45 range, because I'm like, Douce is a good quality cognac, but like, there's no reason why Casamigos or some of these other ones.
right. And like it's always good to like buy what you like so you have something to drink at the party that you actually enjoy.
True.
But for something that's like expensive, like definitely for like big birthdays, like 30th, 35, 25, like something like that. But if it's like a friend is just having like a pool party or, just like a little house party or something, a little get together, you just have like a bottle of wine. That's really all you need.
Mm.
Listen to us old heads. Like,
Not old heads. I maybe did a little bit in college. Like, I didn't drink a ton anyway, but like, I do remember someone had wine in a box, and I guess I had heard about it. Like, it's like, what's that game? Cards Against Humanity. Wine from a box is definitely one of those like cards that always gets put romantic as a wine in a box or something. So like, I never really. I was like, I don't know, question mark. But then like I saw it, I was like, oh, this is really a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but I don't think I need to. Like, I just know. Like, I really like having a bottle, like, even like the one that people talk about, Taylor Port, I've been seeing making the rounds the last few weeks, month. I don't know about Taylor Port, but I guess it's a cheap wine that'll get you messed up. Or it's like popular among some of the young. I mean, even some people who were talking about it weren't that young. I mean, but pretty much it was all like people in the early 20s or maybe mid 20s. I kept seeing Taylor Port. I was like, what is this? Why is everyone talking about this? But at least it's a bottle, like, and it's a glass, because I don't know my solids apparently. It's a glass bottle, not plastic. As long as it's not one of those plastic bottles. God forbid, do I have it here with me or is it in my car? I think I have it in my car. But there's this Ugandan liquor that I got like 2 bottles of because some people had them, and yeah, I don't know where it is. One of them is definitely in my car, unopened, so nothing sketchy. But like I was like, this is a plastic bottle. I'm pretty sure this is not going to end well. And there's some other plastic bottles I remember I occasionally had, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably not going to end well. But it's a glass bottle, no box wines, no. I will drink boxed water though. I went to Detroit for this conference, and there was this like company based there about boxed water and how it's much more environmentally friendly because it's like recyclable or like the packaging is whatever or maybe more compostable. I don't know. And so it was like, yeah, I just remember drinking that and I would be posting it, and I had some friends who were like, oh my gosh, you're really not about to be an ambassador for this. I was like, I'll be an ambassador for boxed water. Like, it is kind of dope. But boxed wine, no thank you.
Well, I would say from past experience, and then we can go from there. It's
Yeah.
actually not bad. Depending upon the brand of box of wine you get, I agree. If you want to get a good brand, there's two of them. There's black box wine. Those are really good. And then there's a box wine my dad used to get. It's called Franzia. That's really good too as well. That's really good.
Okay, you said Frenzia. Oh shoot.
Crazy or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because I don't really see boxed wine. Like, especially if I'm going to these like nice liquor stores, like New Hampshire Outlet. Like, there's a big, like, crazy large liquor store. Total Wine is nice because it has all the different aisles, and Total Wine's big. But there's like these massive stores in New Hampshire. I think it's literally called like New Hampshire Wine and Liquor, or like a liquor outlet or something, wine outlet. I mean, maybe you can find box wine there, but I feel like these ones, like, you're gonna find everything really nice. Like, I don't even know where I'm gonna get boxed wine from. That's the thing. Like, even like the cheapest wine, you think of like Barefoot and stuff, glass bottles. So I was really confused when I was hearing about boxed wines. I was like, where are y'all getting this from? Yeah, the brand really was boxed water. I was like, this is good water. Like, I don't know what they put in this, but this is like slapping right now. They gave it to us in, like, I guess the little gift bags for the conference or whatever.
That sounds pretty cool. But I do think we should start wrapping up though.
Yeah, especially for
Yeah.
poor sick. But it is also that time, and I'm feeling not like super sleepy, but a little sunken. I think because I went to bed late and I woke up not early, but not like I didn't get the full hours of sleep that I would have gotten. Like, I did not sleep until like the afternoon, where like I would have gotten 8 hours. It was more like I slept until late morning. So I was like, yeah, definitely. I surprisingly wasn't feeling that tired, but I think it's gonna hit me, especially after a little wine.
Yeah.
Nothing
No,
crazy,
for sure.
but just a little slump.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, with that said, we're gonna have to bring this stream to a close. Thank you all so much for
Yes.
joining us.
Thank you all so much. Sorry.
Yeah. We love you all. Thank you so much, definitely last week for bearing with us for not being able to make it last week. But we
Yes.
will be here next week. Still on the topic of organizing and leveling up, our lives. So please join us next week. And of course, hey, happy Valentine's Day.
Like, I think you say, and of course, we see Mar.
Yes, please join us in the Discord. I don't know if you joined us last time, Marvel Tomagos.
Good seeing you.
But yeah, it's great seeing you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.